Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our little DT activity that we're going to try today, and that's to create a walking horse. Now, I'm going to give you the basic template here and show you how to make one, and you can then see if you can make an even bigger one. I have no idea how big you can make these, but I certainly think you could make one twice the size or even bigger. So you might want to use some cardboard to make it a little bit bigger so it doesn't fall over, but we're going to make the basic one here, and I'll show you how to do it. Now, this is the basic template that we're going to be following today. As you can see, it's a 15 centimeter long rectangle, and it's 4.5 centimeters along one side, and then we're splitting it into 3. So I'm going to move this up into the corner, just so we can keep an eye on it, like that, I think. And I'm going to see if I can draw this shape out neatly with my ruler here. So let's have a go. I'm going to begin by using this corner here of my paper, and I'm going to just measure along the top 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, that's 10 now, and then another 5 centimeters, that's 15. And very carefully moving my ruler down and making sure again that it's straight, I'm going to measure exactly the same measurements with a little dot like that. 5, 10, 15. Okay? And then I'm going to join those up. And because we're cutting this out, you can go a little bit further than you need, like that. Okay? There you go. Now I'm going to turn my paper on its side like this, and we're going to measure 1.5 centimeters for a total of 4.5. So there's my 4.5. You could do it this way. It might be easier to do it this way, but it's going to be upside down. Let's turn it the right way up. Okay, so there we go. That's probably a better way of showing you. Yep. I could even do with you being a little bit closer there, couldn't I? Okay, good. So 1.5 is there, 1.5. Then 3, and then 4.5. Okay, so that's my 3 dots. I'm going to move the paper. That's that last line I drew. I'm going to do exactly the same up there. 1.5 dot, 3 dot, and 4.5 dot. If you're not too sure, just have a look at the template that I've posted. Now, can I get all that in? Lovely. So now I'm going to join these up. I'm going to join that one up with that one. And I'm going to join this one up with this one. And I'm going to join this one up with this one. Excellent. So that's my basic template. Now, this is the body here. I'm just going to write that on there. And then these are the head and the legs. So their head is here, head, and then the tail is there. Okay, so this is our legs here. Now, one of the key important things is that we are going to cut a corner off each of the legs, and that's really, really important to the way that this all moves. So have a close look at the template and see if you can get those corners cut off. Right. What I'm going to do first to make it nice and easy is I'm going to just cut the whole thing out. So let's just cut around the edge there, get the other scrap paper out of the way so that we can focus on our horse. Okay, cool. Now we're going to leave the body alone. We're going to just cut up here and here and here and here. Okay? So, one nice cut to there. One nice cut to there. One nice cut there. And there. Okay? So, let's just fold the head up so that you can see it, and the tail up so you can see it. Okay, so there's going to be our head and our tail folded up like this. And then these are our legs, so we're going to fold those down. And make sure you fold these exactly on the fold line, because if one leg is shorter or longer than another leg, your horse may not walk very well. So there's my first 2 legs folded down. And I'm going to do exactly the same here with my other 2 legs. Make sure they're folded nice and straight, and don't be afraid to ask for a bit of help with this. A grown-up at home will be only happy to help you, I'm sure. So let's have a look. There's my 4 legs folded down, and then the head. So let's do the tail. Now the tail, they did a little curl on it, which I quite like. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll the tail just a little bit, and it gives it a little curl. Apparently that does help it to walk. So there you go, a little curl on the tail. And then you can just bend the edge of the head down to make a little nose like this. See, it's sitting up a bit like a dog now. And we can then carefully stand our horse up, and that's the beginning of our walking horse. Now there's a few extra details that somebody did. I think I'll show you here if I can, in the head. I think they cut a little cut here, and the same on that side, a little cut there. And then what that did is it made some little ears, these triangles, look. If we fold those up, it makes some lovely little ears like that. And I've seen some versions where they've just folded in the head a bit like that. So there you go, look, a little horse's head with some ears, which is quite nice. So that's as simple as it is, really. And now the trick is to see, can we make it walk? So I'm going to pause the video and see if I can make it walk. Right, some of the more eagle-eyed among you will have noticed I forgot a key thing, which is those toes that we want to cut from the legs. So apparently this is really, really important to get your horse walking, so we can't forget that. So I just put him on a little slope and he didn't do much, but then I remembered this is a really important step according to the instructions. So there we go. All I've done is I've cut these little ends off. It might not look like that will make much of a difference, but apparently it does. So now I'm going to go and test him out. Okay, well, it's not looking too bad, actually. So here's my horse, and as you can see, I've got a little box set up here and just something to put under it. Now, I've noticed that the surface that the horse is walking on seems to be quite important. So I've put some paper down, which I hope is the right surface, and my horse is beginning to walk. I'm going to try and show you and see if I can get him started. So there's my horse, look, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift the box a little bit to get that slope right. See if I can get him going. Oh, there he is, look. And off he goes. He's walking down the slope. Will he get all the way to the end? He made it. Now, just a couple of things. So I don't know if you can see here, but one thing that it suggested in the instructions is, I'm going to show you one of the horse's toes, is to try to have it a little bit rounded. So rather than have like a pointy toe, it's hard to see, but you maybe see it better on that one. I've cut it almost into a very slight curve. Now, the one thing I will say is it seems to be really, really delicate. So it seems like tiny little changes make quite a big difference to the way that it walks. But I've only spent about 3 or 4 minutes working on it, and I have managed to get it to the point where it will walk down the slope. And at the moment, I'm lifting the box up so that it forms a slightly better slope. But you can put something under it, like I've done here, and you can then push. If you push that object a little bit further in, it will increase the angle. So, sorry, my camera work's not so good. So that's pushing it a little bit further under is making the slope a bit steeper. So hopefully now I can set him off and he will walk. Now, if he jitters to a halt like that, I would suggest you just increase the slope a fraction, just a little bit. So All I'm doing here is just pushing that object under the box a bit further to raise the box a little bit higher. So this hopefully will be the right angle now. Let's give him a little push. Off you go, buddy. Still needs a bit more, I think. Would you agree? Let's a little bit more. So I've raised the box up even more. I think that might be the right slope now. Oh yeah, off he goes, look. So there you have it, how to build your very own paper walking horse. You could decorate your horse, you could give it some cool colours, but from what I've worked out so far, normal paper is all you need to make a small one. But I get the feeling if you made a really big one, you'd need to use slightly thicker paper. So have a little play, have a little go, and I look forward to seeing all your amazing creations walking soon. See you later.